pleasant morning to our dear teachers and viewers. I am Princess Caryaga and here are the names of my fellow researchers. Johnson Lee Domingo, Stephanie Roca, Winrich Jasen Benya, and Rachel Win Domingo. So we will be discussing our research proposal. But before we're starting, we would like to answer the question why we chose this topic. The reason behind why we chose that topic is we wanted to present a study wherein we will gain benefits and contribute to the improvement of the society. Now to start, our research is entitled Production of Bioplastic Bags Made from Rice Starch. Now we will break down the title one by one. These are the contents or flow of the presentation. First, background of the study or the objectives. Next, literatures related to the study, and last, methodology. Now to begin with the introduction, we'll be focusing on the main problem, which is the disturbing measure of contamination produced by non-biodegradable plastics. The extent of plastics in world strong waste is consistently expanding. In spite of their broad use, they are non-biodegradable because of a stiff carbon-hydrogen bond and an extremely huge complex polymeric construction. With this problem, the researchers are driven to produce bioplastic bags from rice starch. Bioplastics are biodegradable, meaning they can be broken down by bacteria in right conditions. Bioplastics and commercial plastics are the same plastics which we can use in terms of being so-called carrying bags. Thus, the research hypothesis is there is no significant difference between the rice starch plastic bag and the commercial plastic bag in terms of durability, biodegradability, water solubility, and appearance. Due to this, society and humans, including us researchers, will gain benefits. This bioplastic bag made from rice starch can save the ozone layer from being harmed from commercial plastics when being burned and wasted. With this, humans can learn how to take care of the earth.
In this part, I'll be mentioning some study and proof if the study is right or wrong. First, the article from Charles Damar in 2008 said that the world's ocean and sea ecosystems are threatened with using the significant quantities of plastics they contain. In today's world, plastic bags are the common cause of soil pollution. Plastic bags that wind up in waterways are a major source of pollution. We can safely assume that they have a negative impact in our environment in every aspect. Second, the study of Nicanen. By producing new bioplastics, we can provide more options and increase their application. Reduce production of non-biodegradable waste and increased use of bioplastics will undoubtedly benefit the environment in the long run. Lastly, starch has been largely overlooked as a building block, says Andy Abbott, a sustainable materials expert at the University of Leicester, UK. Furthermore, this research review of literature is important for acquiring a general understanding of the topic's current state of knowledge and giving the researchers with a solid basis on which to create a good hypothesis. This information will also help us to make a distinctive contribution to the area without repeating earlier efforts. The goal of this study of related materials is to educate our readers on the usage of rice starch in the production of the plastic bags.
So for this, I'll be mentioning the ingredients, materials, and equipments that we will be using for the experiment. And these are the following: water, spatula, vinegar, water bath, flat container, the glycerin or glycerol, and of course, the rice starch. We will prepare this starch-based bioplastic by heating 1 cup of rice starch in 5 tablespoons of distilled water with 3 tablespoons of vinegar and 3 teaspoons of glycerin. The mechanism during the process took place in 2 parts, which is the gel formation and gel drying. The first step that will be conducted is measuring all the materials that will be used. Next step is to mix them all in a cooking pot with low heat and stir until bubbles will form and solution starts to be clear. The casting and semi-solid gel formation of bioplastic will be formed in 2 to 3 minutes of stirring. Afterwards, researchers will flatten the semi-solid gel using roller. After the gel formation, which is the dry process, the product will undergo to be heated under the sun for approximately 2 days. In the cooling time, the collapsed granules of rice starch to compress towards each other and the fibers get fixed up in the narrow junction of granules. More the cooling period, more the narrow junction areas where fibers get trapped. After the drying process, the polymer rice starch granules stick together comes to solid mass to give rice starch base bioplastic. We have decided to conduct the study at one of the researchers' house located at Quirino Luna, Payao. It is because all the materials that we will be needed are here.
The main method of the data collection was experimentation. The data will be recorded and analyzed in order to determine the bioplastic's long-term efficacy. Laboratory experiments will be used in the data collection process. This approach was utilized by researchers to collect data for the test, durability, biodegradability, and water solubility that were to be formed and observed as well as to prepare for all the outcomes. The survey that will be conducted will be based on the appropriate questions derived from the related research as well as questions created by the researchers on their own idea. The respondents' experience with the product will be used to complete the questionnaire, implying that we will allow them to utilize and try our product. 5 people will be asked to answer the questions on a 5-point Likert scale. This research instrument will be gathered and organized based on the participants' responses to the following question.